What's up?
What's going on, man?
Oh, not much.
Yeah. Do you have any, I wanted to ask you, do you have, for the listeners, do you have any like special projects, anything like that you work on the side that you've been focusing on? What's on the agenda?
Well, I mean, me not participating in social media is probably on the near agenda. I'm really fucking tired of that. I think it's a fucking joke. I think it's become gossip and drama, and it's become negativity and toxic. Yeah, it has benefits for building a business, connecting with people, but the benefits don't seem to outweigh the negatives, at least for me at this point in my life. So what I've been doing is focusing on redoing the MFCEO project, which I'm going to put most of my time into this show, and I'm going to let that be my content, and that's what it's going to be. So that's a big project I've been working on. Building 2 massive buildings across the street. That's a big fucking project I've been working on. Building, fucking 3 other companies at the same time as trying to build this one out. That's another project. I mean, like, I don't know.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Trying to get my fucking ass back in shape. That's a project. There's a lot of shit going on.
Mm-hmm. So, because, I mean, dude, I see your daily schedules. I see your daily life, right? Like, and most people would, like, if they looked at that, they'd be like, fuck, man, how do you not stretch yourself thin? Right? Like, how do you?
It's just the way it is. It's not that I don't. That's required. That's what's required. Like, the requirement is to stretch yourself thin. Like, everybody has and is fascinated with this idea of healthy balance and all this shit. And, they want all the fucking good things that come with the relentless pursuit of, these things that we want in life, but they don't want to do those things because it disrupts their fucking balance. And then they get pissed off that they can't create these things. Yeah. And it's this vicious circle.
It's I want the maximum output with the most
minimal effort.
Yeah.
That's not how the fuck it works. To get the maximal output, it takes maximal effort. And you're competing against other people. That's the reality. A lot of people try to deny the fact that, I'm only competing with myself. I'm not competing against anyone else. Well, it's nice to tell yourself that, but that's not reality. The reality is there's a whole bunch of smart motherfuckers that are all in saying, fuck this, I'll do whatever the fuck I got to do to get where I got to go. And they're doing it. And so if you're one of those people that wants to do that, that's the cost of the journey. That's what you're going to pay for the ticket to go on that ride. I think the more important question is why do you think that this is for you? Why do you think that you need to have all of this? Because clearly you don't really think that. Otherwise, your actions would align with that. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of people honest reflection.
There's a lot of people out there that say certain things are their goals, but you come to find out, you pay attention to their actions, those goals aren't really actually their goals at all. Their goals are reflected by the actions that they take. So, like, thinking of that ultimate life that you want and saying, oh, that would be nice. And then not backing it up with any actions, that doesn't mean those things are your goals. That means it's a fleeting thought of dream, that you think would be nice.
Yeah, you're still sleeping.
Yeah, there's a massive, and like, bro, it's not for everybody. I'm not here to shame you. Like, if you don't want to if that's not what you want, and you don't want to do that work, totally cool, but you're probably listening to the wrong show. You know what I'm saying? Like, you better off listening to one of these shows and make you feel good for fucking breathing. That's not what we do here.
Yeah.
We're for people that actually want to create, and we talk about the principles necessary to create. And one of the principles is you got to do whatever the fuck you got to do. And sometimes you're going to be stretched thin. Sometimes it's going to be hard. In fact, I think it's going to be hard more than it's not going to be hard. And, that's unfortunate because a lot of people are shocked by that because of the nature of the information that's given out on the internet today, where it seems like everybody's, got the hack or the solution or buy my course and I'll teach you the fast way. There is no fucking fast way. The fast way is you have to dig the fuck in. You got to do the shit other people won't do. And you got to do that for a long fucking time while they're out having a great fucking time. And then one day you're going to get to a point where you're going to look around and you're like, fuck, I can do whatever the fuck I want now. And those people can't.
Yeah.
And that's the reality, dude. Like, it's not for everybody, but for those people that want it, you have to realize the price that you got to pay up front. You know what I mean? A lot of people waste their whole lives, in my opinion, trying to be something that they're not really that interested in being, because if they were, their actions would back that up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people talk about they want a better career, they want a better job, but what the fuck are you doing to create that? What are you doing in your time away from your job to increase your skill set? What are you learning? Who are you surrounding yourself with? What kind of friends do you hang out with? What are you eating? What are you putting in your brain? How are you moving? If you don't have a solid answer for all those things that are all directed towards going where you want to go, you ain't gonna fucking get there.
Yeah.
And like, like, dude, there's this misconception that it's just like gonna happen for you. It's not gonna fucking happen for you. Like a lot of young people in their 20s that think, oh, once I get to be 30, I'll get serious and take my shit and, I'll get it together.
Right.
What you don't understand is those motherfuckers are going to have their shit together. They are already doing it. They're doing it now. You just can't see them. They're the same age as you. They're 20 years old. They're 22. They're 25. They're 27. They're doing the shit that's going to produce the result that you want at 30 or 35 right now. And you think that you're going to get to 30 or 35 and turn it the fuck on and it's just going to be there.
Right.
That's not how the fuck it works.
Right.
And, we got all these knuckleheads on the internet with their fucking, exotic cars and shit. And like, bro, I love cars. I got a great car collection, probably one of the best in the fucking world, if we're being completely honest. And you got these knuckleheads out there with their like using these things as bait and tackle for people to believe that they know what the fuck they're talking about. And these people have these things leased out and they're fucking, they're no more wealthy than the paycheck to paycheck guy. They're just spending all their paycheck to look this image so that they can seem credible. Yeah, so they can seem credible, so they can sell you some shit and get some more money. Real fucking people that know real shit have real businesses, bro. You could buy their shit. You can go to their headquarters. You can fucking go to their office. You can see their employees. You can talk to them. That's real shit.
Yeah.
How many of these motherfuckers online actually have that?
Yeah.
Something to ask yourself when you think about who the fuck you're listening to. I'm just being real.
Yeah. I love that point too, though, because it's like, like I was trying to think of like an easy metaphor for it, but it's like, a lot, you hear a lot of people say, like, even me, like, man, I want to be a millionaire. But the truth is if somebody deposited.
You better shoot for higher than that.
Well, yeah, I mean, for sure, right?
Being a millionaire was cool in the 70s and 80s, bro.
Right, for sure. I'm just saying, like, I'm speaking in layman's terms, right? But like, the truth is, if somebody was to come by and just magically deposit $1 million in your fucking account, you don't even have the tools in place to even know what to fucking do with it, let alone keep it, let alone, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
of course,
you got to build those skills first, and then the shit comes, and now you can handle it, right?
Yeah, of course, dude. This is very apparent. Look at all the pro athletes that get big fucking contracts, and then you see them on 30 for 30 2 years later, broke as fuck.
Yeah, bankrupt or
Look at the lottery winners who win fucking, $1 billion and they're fucking, 5 years later, they're broke.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't understand the game of earning and you don't understand the game of keeping, you don't understand the game of gaining, and you don't understand all those games, how the fuck do you think you're going to be able to manage money? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's a huge thing. And that's a whole nother thing. Like a lot of people think that they can get that certain amount. Like, I'm going to get that money, or I'm going to get this job, or I'm going to get to that place and everything's going to fix everything. And like, bro, what you're really missing is the fucking skills. That's what you're missing.
Yeah.
You're putting your value on the fucking result as opposed to here's the thing about skills, bro. You could fucking take everything from someone with skills. You take fucking everything. You burn their fucking house down, burn their company down, blah, blah, blah. They're going to know in fucking 3 years how to have all the shit back.
They'll be right back there.
Not only that, they're going to have the connections because they've been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
you don't get there and then develop the skills.
No.
Yeah.
And it's dude, listen, here's the reality. There's just a bunch of tire kicking motherfuckers on the internet. That's the truth. I'm just saying, for where I'm at in my life, you asked me what I'm going to do and what I'm working on. I'm going to pour myself in, like, continue into this show. I'm going to continue to, we're going to do a couple things on YouTube. We got a couple little shows on YouTube that we're going to be putting out. That are, one's a lifestyle show, and the other one is a little car show that we're going to do one episode of each per month. That's going to be cool. That's a project we're working on. Then we got the MFCEO platform, which is going to be a private platform plus community. I'm just going to pour myself into that shit, dude.
Yep.
That makes me feel good. Like we were talking with Alex the other day. Like, I love seeing people win. And I love seeing people, and I get that through the fitness aspect with being involved with First Form and S2 and 75 Hard, Live Hard and all these things. And then I get it from the financial aspect from MFCEO, Real AF, Arate. And like, dude, that fills my cup, man. I fucking love that shit. Like, I love seeing you motherfuckers win. Like, you guys listening right now, the only reason I fucking do this is because I fucking love seeing you win. I love going on the hashtag of 75 Hard and seeing people change their lives. I love going on the hashtag of I am First Form and seeing people change their lives. I love going on the internet and talking to my friends from Arate who have been in 3-4 years now, who have gone from fucking somebody just looking to build a business to multi-millionaires who are buying fucking McLarens and shit. You know what I'm saying? Having 150 employees from 0 3 years ago. That kind of shit, I fucking love. You know what I'm saying? Here's what I don't love. y'all arguing about dumb fucking shit all fucking day long. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that's the other episode, guys.
Yeah.
That's real shit though, man. It's real shit. Well, yeah, let's make some of these people better in real life. Let's
You know what I think is cool? I think the little community that we're starting to build on YouTube is cool.
YouTube has a good community.
Yeah. I think the comment, the people who comment on the YouTube show, I really appreciate those people because they're posting productive comments and they're sitting through our show for the hour or 2 hours, or in some case longer than that, and having constructive feedback and asking questions and getting involved on how to really get better. I love that shit.
Yeah.
That's the part of the internet I fucking love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just appreciate you guys for being that way and not being douchebags. Yeah, real talk.
It's real shit.
And I know a lot of you guys are still on audio only, but if you get a chance to check it out on YouTube, you guys should, click it on one night, throw it on your TV or whatever, because from the people who used to listen to audio that are now listening to or watching on YouTube, I'm getting really good feedback. So
yeah,
I guess they like seeing our pretty mugs.
Yeah. They like seeing something.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Well, yeah, let's knock these questions out, man.
Yeah.
Andy, question number one. Andy, I'm 23 years old, running my own marketing business, and I like to set attainable daily goals for the team whenever it comes to the sales. But sometimes we don't hit those goals, and the guys say it's just one of those days. And I can tell that they weren't locked in. Even though I lead from the front, they don't seem to follow suit. How do I communicate to the team about building momentum after taking a loss or a bad day, and getting them back to being intense and being urgent with their actions?
Well, look, man, I mean, dude, first of all, you got to have real expectations. Not every single day is going to be this fucking killer day. Not for you personally, not for your company, not for your team, not for anybody.
Yeah.
Or any organization. That's not a realistic expectation. Is it a goal? Yeah, it's great. It's a great goal to have, but it's not real. And it's not real just the same way as every single day that you wake up, you don't have an amazing day or you don't feel like having an amazing day. For me, it's fucking hit or miss. Sometimes I wake up and I feel great. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, fuck everybody. I want to burn this motherfucker to the ground and I'll fucking kill you all. Right. Like that's where the fuck I'm at, So, but here's the difference. When I feel like that on the second day, which by the way, today was one of those days, I wake up and you know what I do? The same shit I would do on the days that I feel fucking great. And that's where you have to fucking understand it as a leadership, and running a company is the same thing. Yes, you're going to have days where the vibe's off. Yes, you're going to have times and stretches where things aren't good. And the best thing that you can do is to retrace the steps of where they slightly got off track. Because dude, the reality is if you're operating, let's just say on a linear scale, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can see what I'm doing with my hands, but on audio, just picture you have a point in time in your left hand and you're trying to get to the point in time in your right hand, and it's a straight line, right? Here's the deal. If you just get off 1 degree over here, whereas you would normally just move straight to here. Right. But if you just get off 1 degree and you go over here, you end up over here.
It's a massive difference at the end.
So you have to retrace the steps of where your team got off track, where the fundamentals were missed. And this is also
that's so real, man.
Well, dude, this is also why you have to have a good grip on what your systematic situation is. Because if you don't understand your own systems in your business and you don't understand how you're getting from A to B, which the shortest distance from A to B is a straight line. If you don't have a systemized to do that, it's very hard to go back and retrace steps. It becomes a game of luck, or how most people call momentum. They're like, oh, I fucking magically got momentum.
No, you didn't.
Momentum is not magic. It's very simple. You force your way through one day at a time. Day one, this is the same thing for Live Hard, bro. 75 hard. Like when people start it, the first fucking day, you get through it. The second day, you get through it. The third day, you get through it. By day 15, you want to fucking die. But like by day 22, you got momentum. And the reason that you were able to get momentum is not because it was magical. It's because you forced your way step by step by step by step until momentum just kicked in. And so momentum is not some magical fairy dust that we get sprinkled on our heads or some thing that happens randomly. It's something we create.
It's an output.
Once you understand that you can create momentum, and not only can you create momentum, you should create momentum, and then when you have momentum, you have to do as much as you can to keep it going for as long as possible, because An object in motion tends to stay in motion. It's no different with you. It's no different with your business. It's no different with all that. And when you stall out, you have to get behind it and start pushing that big ass rock up the hill again until you get to the point where it starts rolling down. That takes more conscious effort. But the reality is that's how it works, man.
Yeah.
You know, you have to manufacture it.
But, you said a point there, man, and like, dude, it hit me really deep because it's such. I feel like it's so valuable and it makes sense. Like,
Hit you in the guts.
It did,
yeah.
But like when
all the way up there in the guts, huh?
Because when you look at your companies, right, and
Knock
you have
your guts out.
It did, yeah. But when you look at like when I look at your companies that you have, right, the companies that have been built and the standards,
floor.
They did, and the standards that you have and how it's always like you mentioned the 1 degree can be 1 degree off and you end up somewhere completely different.
Yeah.
It's the standards. And typically when people fuck that up, it's because they miss those small little fucking things.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just think that was a massive point that like, I mean, I don't want it to get missed, man. Like that's super fucking, it's super important.
Well, look, dude, this is not magic. It's just not. It's practical shit.
Yeah.
You know, and like, once you understand that you're fully in control of creating momentum, then why the fuck would you not create it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude, you guys right now that you're sitting here listening to this and you're like, fuck, it's Monday. I got to get my shit together. I'm fat. I'm fucking this. I'm fucking that. Blah, 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 blah. Bro, start with today. Start with today. Make today the day that you look back and you say, fuck, man, that's when my life fucking changed.
Yeah.
Okay? Start with today. Force yourself through it. And guess what? Tomorrow, force yourself through that. And force yourself through Wednesday. You can't force yourself through the next fucking 20 fucking days to catch some momentum. It might not even take 20 days. It might take 5. It might take 7. It might take 11. I don't know. But I can tell you, dude, if you do it for enough time, which isn't that much time, I'm not talking about 100 days. I'm talking less than fucking 20 days. You're going to start to catch the momentum and you're going to feel it. And it's going to start to become automatic. And dude, it's a lot easier to row your boat when you got some wind in your sails. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man.
So like, once you understand this, the whole game changes.
Yeah.
Like once you understand that you're not at the mercy of the fucking magical world, which a lot of people like to believe. A lot of people like to believe, oh man, it's just not going well right now. Well, the reason it ain't going well right now is because you're not fucking executing on the shit you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's real talk.
You gotta be honest
now, are there life circumstances that make our lives fucking hard? Yeah, dude. People die. Bad shit happens.
Blow your shoulder out.
Bro, yeah. Dude, exactly. Like there's all kinds of things that happen, which is even more the reason why you want to understand how to create momentum because, dude, if you're not in control and something bad happens, then you're really out of control. And sometimes bad shit happens and it's all you can do to keep from just fucking melting the fuck down by just handling your business on a day-by-day basis. So it's very, very important. It's not just important to success. It's important to enduring the nature of life.
Yeah.
That we understand how much we're actually in control of. Because, dude, if we don't understand how much we're actually in control of and we don't have the discipline to control those things, then we're a plastic bag floating in the fucking wind, bro. And that's no way to live.
Yeah.
That's a highly anxious, highly frustrating, massively depressing, confusing way to live.
Yeah.
And you don't have to live like that. It's real simple to change it.
Yeah. So setting realistic expectations for the team, understanding that good days and bad days, you still have to execute.
Yeah.
What's something else that can get this team back into their action?
Well, like I said, you go back and retrace their steps,
right?
Figure out where they got off course, fix that, and then explain it to them. Okay, look, here, I've identified where we got off course. I know you guys are frustrated right now, but here's where we got off. All right. So all we got to do is fix this one little thing, this 1 degree, and we're going to be back on track. And usually when people understand what the problem is and that it's been addressed, they start to find a little bit of enthusiasm about moving down the right path. And then you just build on that, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Love it, man. Guys, Andy, question number 2. Andy, what is the best way to support an entrepreneurial spouse? I know that there are a lot of things that are helpful, for example, handling all the non-biz life things, but it just never feels enough. What's the best way to support them, especially in the first few years when they are working seemingly 26 hours a day? Any insight on that?
You got to be patient. I think I know this to be true. If you don't have someone that's willing to row the boat with you, you can't really get very far. If you have, there's 3 stages of this, right? Let's just say you got a boat. and you're in the boat and you're in the boat with your spouse. And there's 3 ways they can be. They can either ride in the boat and be neutral, right? But that's not actually neutral because the boat's hard to row, right?
Weight. Yeah.
Okay. Or they can row the boat with you, which helps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or they can throw anchors in the water behind the boat and slow you the fuck down. And those are the 3 stages of what kind of relationship you have. You have one of those 3 things.
Yeah.
And I can tell you this for sure, that you cannot achieve high levels of success without someone who's helping row the boat. You just can't do it. It cannot be neutral. It cannot be throwing anchors in the water. So that's the first thing to understand. And unfortunately, that's uncomfortable for people because people realize like, fuck, I'm with this person who, I like for certain reasons, right? Like maybe you're super attracted to them. Maybe you've just been with them for a long time.
Yeah.
But you look at them and you realize that they are actually throwing anchors in the boat and you try to tolerate it. But dude, I'm telling you, you can't get where you want to go. And so it's, well, what do you do in that situation? What the fuck do you think I would say to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to make some fucking changes. Or you got to evaluate what you actually want. Do you actually want this or do you actually want this? But here's the thing I will tell you, young bucks, about this, is if you have someone who nags you and throws anchors in the boat when you're trying hard, when you stop trying, they're going to bitch about the boat not moving.
Oh, man.
Okay? So
Come
like
on now.
that, well, dude, it's true. So they're going to fucking come at you either way. It's a
Yeah.
character flaw. People that nag for positive or negative reasons. So like you have to fucking understand that like the likelihood of, and so here's the danger in that, right? A lot of young bucks, a lot of people will give up on their dreams for this person. And then this person turns, like they stop moving towards where they want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then this person ends up like ruining their fucking lives.
Yeah.
And then they end up bitter because they gave up on where they were trying to go. And this person never really did anything. And then it ends up fucking real bad. So like being aligned with someone is super, super important. That's the first part. How to support them, dude, that's a unique situation in every single case. And also it's a unique situation in different phases of business.
Yeah.
In the beginning phases of business, being patient and being tolerant and understanding that investments are being made. And that might mean, you don't get to go on vacation, or you don't go to dinners, or you don't get, the new car, or you don't get, the jewelry or the fucking, whatever it is. Or, if it's your wife working, you don't get the fucking home cooked meals. You gotta fucking.
You might have to
yourself.
start cook. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, and it's just working as a team. Like it's understanding that you're a fucking team, and I think a lot of people fuck this up because they tit for tat their relationship. I do this, so you got to do that, and they keep this score. But the reality is dude, the only score that matters is where the fuck you're going to end up. And so, there can't be like this tit for tat situation either. So like, there's a lot to be said for this, man. But like, dude, I'm no relationship expert. Like, I don't like to talk about relationships because I think they're hard and I don't think anybody has it figured out. And it seems to me that everybody that pretends like they have it figured out ends up being embarrassed publicly when their shit falls apart. Because dude, that's what happens sometimes. Relationships fall apart.
Yeah.
And, I really don't listen to anybody who thinks like these people out there that try to promote themselves as the perfect couple or the marriage or perfect this or that. Cause like, dude, I've been around long enough to see these same motherfuckers lose all their shit. So like, I think it's a case by case basis. You have to decide what's right for you, and no 2 relationships are ever the same. And it's about finding something that works for the goals that you both mutually have. But like I said, the first thing that has to happen is that you have to have a situation where you're in a relationship with someone who wants to row the boat to the same place that you want to row it to.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Andy, our third and final question, switching gears here just a little bit. Andy, you've talked a lot about how the formal education system needs to be burned to the ground and redone. What needs to be done, and how would you do it?
Man, President Andy.
Yeah.
What would I actually do? I would ban first of all, I would raise the salary of all teachers to like $250,000, and we would subsidize it through tax dollars
Across the board
as a minimum. Okay. And the reason I would do that is not to reward the level of teachers that we have now, but to attract actual good people that want to care about these kids, but also have to pay for their fucking livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
Because personally, I believe that the part of the reason that we have a lot of, not all, we have a lot of good teachers out there. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I get caught up in like generalizing, just like a lot of you guys do and a lot of other people do. But we have to acknowledge there's a lot of great fucking teachers out there that give a lot of fucks. Okay. Those people shouldn't, in my opinion, shouldn't struggle to pay their bills when they're spending their entire lives pouring into other people's children. All right. So if we could up the pay scale, which we could easily do, okay. You know, we send fucking how much money to Ukraine this year?
Right.
You know, all these wasteful things like, dude, look, I'll clean this bitch up real quick. All right. We could pay these teachers $250,000, let's say, understanding that's a premium pay position. And what that will do is that will attract better talent and better skill level into the teaching profession, which will allow us to move out some of these crazy fuckers that it'll create a level of competition to where those crazy people, we can fucking weed them the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need them because right now, the only reason those people exist is because they can't find people to fucking teach.
Right.
All right.
Can't find people to teach because there ain't no money in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That makes sense.
Okay, here we
Makes
go.
sense.
Getting it.
Yeah.
All right. So we start subsidizing with tax dollars instead of sending them to fucking Ukraine or fucking Africa or fucking wherever South America,
gender studies. Yeah. Right.
Whatever the fuck we're sending them to.
Yeah.
Across the board. And then we, like, dude, I could go on and on with this question. we would make it illegal for them to fucking, get political kickbacks from our tax dollars, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But we'll keep it on education right now. So you up the pay, you weed out the fucking, the people who are teaching this crazy shit, like, the sexualization of children when they're in fucking kindergarten and, the political views and all the indoctrination that's happening. We're going to remove that from from schools. And we are going to go back to teaching schools skill sets. All right. And not only are we going to go back, we're going to improve because what we're actually going to teach our kids is how to actually fucking win and produce results in reality, not an idealistic, because what they're doing now is they're trying to indoctrinate generations of kids into creating this idealistic world that actually doesn't work in reality.
Never worked.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work because it defies the laws of natural order.
Yeah.
So we teach our kids the truth. We teach them that competition matters. We go back to the way that I was raised, which was if you want to win, you got to be fucking good. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's a helpful thing for kids to understand. We teach them actual history. We teach them true shit. We're not politicizing and get back to, integrating the schools together so that our culture can learn to communicate and work together. One of the best things that I loved about growing up and going to public school growing up was that we were desegregation program. Mm-hmm. All right. So like, and I didn't value this until I actually went to high school where it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
So when I went to grade school, it was like half black, half white. Okay. And what happened was you didn't really learn to see color because everybody was there and you learned how to communicate and you learned each other's culture and you became cool and it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Andy, what'd you bring to lunch today?
Yeah.
Potato salad with raisins.
Yeah, fuck off. I bought that cream soda too, bitch. So dude, but
it's important, man.
It is important.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. There's lots of things you could do, but I think upping the standards of pay, upping the standards of qualifications, recruiting new talent, recruiting new people into the education system, and then making it based upon, meritocracy, not on diversity and inclusion. So it's not like, we have this many female teachers or this many minority teachers or this or this or this. It's hey, who's the fucking best?
Right.
Right. And we get back to that.
Right.
And that would fix a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That would fix a lot of shit.
I love it.
You could fix a lot of things with our own tax money, dude. While this is the math nobody wants to look at. You could actually lower our all-in tax rate to 10 to 15% and do this with the education system and the policing system and the military and still fucking make it worth mathematically.
Reagan did it.
Dude, it can be done.
Yeah.
And people don't understand the math. They don't understand.
Yeah.
But the math, it works. So I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of things that can be done, but, critical race theory needs to be fucking gone. That's fucking bullshit. You cannot teach little black children that they're going to have impossible time being successful because the entire system is rigged against them. That's the exact opposite of what children need.
Mhm.
Children need to be told they can be anything. They need to be shown they can be anything. And they need to be shown that they can be anything by actually putting in the work, not because they were born a certain way.
Mhm.
All right. You can't tell little white kids that because they were white and there's nothing they can do about it, that they're fucking racist.
Whatever you earn needs to go to other.
Yeah, dude,
like, come on
listen,
now.
we're fucking so far off track of reality
Yeah.
in our education system. It's absurd.
Yeah. So let me ask you, so I mean, because we talk about the overreach of government just quickly on this. So do you think that that's something that would fall, like, should that be something that falls in the hands of the federal government to oversee? Or would you still allow that to be up to the state level?
I think the more power that resides in the state, the better the union.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's my
But
opinion.
if they're going to get some federal dollars, these are some things they got to abide by.
I think the size of the federal government should go way down. States should have most of the power, and that way, there's a reality to, you can choose where you want to live under what kind of leadership, what kind of people. But even if you did that, even if that was the case that we had right now, which is not, are you moving to California right now?
Fuck no.
Oh, I'm being real. I'm asking you guys out here. Like
Yeah.
it's a statistical fact. More people are leaving California than have ever left before.
Mhm.
They are the ones that have the most implementation of all these progressive policies.
Yeah.
And we can see how it's working in real time.
Mm.
It's destroying probably the most beautiful state in this fucking country.
Yeah. And the reverse of that, if you do want those ideals and you do want, go move to California.
Huh?
Like
Yeah, that's right.
you
But
know what I'm
nobody
saying?
wants to move there because it's a shithole.
Right.
Okay. So,
Right.
and it's not only that, it's an expensive shithole. That's the biggest fucking scam ever.
Yeah.
But like the point is that we're in a situation now where there's going to have to be some real conversations that happen about what we want our future to look like.
Mm.
And, some of these fixes that, see, like, dude, if the laws were enforced properly, we wouldn't really have any issues. People are like, oh, we got to burn the whole system down. I don't know, man. Like if we would just enforce them like the way they're supposed to be, the way they're written,
Without the loopholes.
it would work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real, man.
But the teaching thing, like I think reality is we have a lot of teachers that listen to the show, dude. In fact, a lot of teachers actually let their kids listen to my show, which is debatable on if I approve of that or not. But the reality is and that's one thing about the new MF CEO. There's far less cursing than there was. Just because I think I curse less generally. But the point is like, dude, we could fix a lot of these things really easily. But like the problem is we have so much corruption at the top that they're not allowing us to fix it because it's intentionally fucked up. Like people ask, well, why are they teaching our kids to not compete? Why are they teaching our kids to not love this country? Why are they teaching our kids that, it's not a meritocracy, but it depends on who you are and how you were born and what gender you are, what race you are to regards of what sort of treatment you get.
Mhm.
Why aren't we teaching, to win, you have to be good? Why aren't we teaching to judge people on the content of their character, not on the color of their skin? Why aren't we teaching things like personal finance and how to actually operate a household in school? Why aren't we teaching how to manage credit? Why aren't we teaching all of these things? Well, the answer is very simple. It's because it's intentional. And it's intentional because they want you and your kids to be dependent on their systems. And the way that they keep you dependent on their systems is by keeping you in the dark on the reality of the skills that you need to operate in real life. And this is the fucking problem that we have in this country right now.
Yeah.
We have an intentional set of rules that has been placed into our education system to make people believe certain things. And this is not new. This has been going on for 20 years.
Mhm.
To make people believe certain things that make them a slave to the system by default.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you ask yourself, well, why? Well, why do you think? Because the more people that are dependent on them, the more their fascist system, which is fascist, by the way, the government works with the big business, works with big tech, and they all collude on this fucking narrative. It's a communist narrative too.
Mhm.
You'll wake up to this one day. You guys may think I'm crazy. You'll wake up to this. This is a communist fucking insurgency across the board. The reason they want to do that is because they want you fat. They want you sick. They want you lazy. They want you at home consuming data, consuming food, consuming medicine. And that's their business plan. Their business plan is not freedom. Their business plan is not healthy, happy, real life, fit, wealthy, like successful. Like, dude, do you know how successful people could really be, dude, if we changed the situation in our government regarding the tax code?
Right.
Like, if we just made some simple changes to the tax code, unless you've owned a business and you understand how taxes work, you do not know what the fuck you're talking about when it comes to businesses paying their fair share. You don't fucking get it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Y'all are told this lie, that say, oh, well, business owners, if we had less taxes, they would just take more money home. That's not true, because greed actually creates more jobs. Because for them to if they had less tax and they realize they can make more money, when they realize they have to make more money, they're going to fucking hire more people, create more careers.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But they make it seem like, oh, these people, like, dude, these motherfuckers that you're talking about are smart. They're going to get their money anyway.
The shit rolls downhill.
Listen, they're going to get their money anyway. People think like, oh, if we cut taxes on these businesses, then that's going to mean that they're just going to take it home and buy another fucking Bugatti. No, motherfucker. They're going to realize that if they reinvest that money into their company, which creates more careers, more opportunities, that they're going to make fucking 10 times the amount of money they're making now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the ethical ones, which, that's arguable. A lot of people think, oh, well, these guys are all fucking dicks. Not all of them. Okay. Because the ethical ones will share a lot of that profit with the people that build the company. This happens every day, but those stories are never told.
Right. The
only story that's told is the story of the greedy entrepreneur that fucks everybody because that serves their narrative.
Yep.
We don't talk about the entrepreneur.
That's what I'm saying. They don't even name those people. Where are those people at? Who are those people then?
Dude, they don't talk about
Who are those businesses?
That's what I'm saying. And those are the ones that we should be supporting.
Right.
They don't talk about, the houses that these certain companies pay to build in their own city. Mm-hmm. They don't talk about the generation or the how they help with all the fucking causes that are going on in their own town. People don't talk about those things.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon ain't fucking doing that. Fucking big tech ain't doing that. They're spending $400 million to fucking squeeze out a bullshit election in Georgia.
Exactly.
They're not taking that $400 million and reinvesting in the community, but I know tons of small business and medium business operators that do it every fucking day. But those are the people that you're told through the news that they're just greedy fucks and they don't do their shit and they did blah, blah, blah. And then, you come to work, you're like, fucking hate this fucking job and I fucking hate my boss and I hate this and bro, you're buying their shit hook, line, and sinker. You're part of the problem.
As you scroll on Amazon and purchase another package.
Right. Dude, and, bro, as you get pissed off at your local small business and then still go buy from Amazon and dude, that's what I'm saying. And so there's a lot of things wrong right now, but the good news is that if you got the right people in office, you can fix it real quick.
That's real, man.
I think people have to have a really, really deep discussion and thought process over what you want this country to look like long term and what you're willing to do to contribute to that.
Yeah.
Because it starts with our own example. It starts with us. It starts with our own standards. It starts with how we live. It starts with the standards that we hold, and other people will pay attention to that. That's why I always say, dude, personal excellence is ultimate rebellion. If we all removed ourselves from being customers of their fucking machine, they won't have a machine.
No.
See what I'm saying?
Ain't no gas in it.
That's it. That's it.
That's real.
So
real shit, man. Love it. Well, guys, Andy, that was 3.
Yeah, that's 3. Go pay the fee.